I remember it like yesterday when Keith Thomas, he was at the studio. This was 30 some years ago. I could simply say that. And he was playing a melody on the piano. And he told me, sit down. And I sat next to him. And while he's playing these chords, such an incredible keyboard player, I started singing, "It's what I live for, a place where love will never cease." Just started singing that. And that's how we wrote the song. His music, not a lot of people, but Keith Thomas, a couple of others, when I hear their chords, it speaks to my heart, and I write from my heart. And so that song happened in the studio while we're sitting on the piano. There's feelings that happen to everyone, when your birthday arrives and people say happy birthday to you. It's just a great feeling. As a musician, as a singer, an artist, when you travel and you bump into people and people come to you and say, "Hey man, your song really brought me through this, terrible time in my life," or "Your song is a song I sang to my wife as she was coming down the aisle." It's beyond description of how it makes me feel, because they're not on my mind when I'm writing. I write from what I believe. I write from my ups and my downs, and I guess I can say brave enough to put it down on paper so people can experience what I've gone through. So it is very rewarding to know that heaven has touched people's hearts. It touched my heart before it left my hands. And so it makes me feel as if everything that I've gone through has been worth it, just to know it's helped one person. It's beyond my dream, beyond my imagination, that a song that I wrote called Heaven would be re-recorded, become number one for me and my sister, and then 31 years later, become number one again. That is hilarious. And I say that not because I don't think the song is a good song. It's one of my favorite songs, and it did a lot for me and my sister, opened up a lot of doors, and still a favorite of those who listen to our music. But while writing it, I never imagined, first of all, that it would go number one for me and my sister and become a cornerstone of our music, but that it would be re-recorded by this incredible duo and it would become number one again. That's amazing to me. Now, when there's certain songs in my catalog, like Addictive Love is another one of those songs that I'm reminded everywhere I go sometimes how that song has been a blessing to people and encouraging to people and causes people to smile. It's one of my favorites as well. But it's funny, I remember writing the song, and we were with a record company at the time, and they didn't like the song. They didn't mind the melody, but they were a little bit bent about addictive. They said to me, and my sister was actually at my house having a meeting, and they said, "Well, we're not going to put that song on the album because addictions is something that's negative." And it was about 4 or 5 people, and I let them talk, and I said, "Oh, okay." And then they said, "So what do you think?" I said, "Not only is it going on the album, but it's going to be the first single." And And the reason why I say that is because we're talking about love. And if I can cause the world to be addicted to love, I think I've done a great thing. And I was right.